If you've been trading for at least 6 months and you're still not consistent, it is not the strategy, it is not the mentor, it is you. Now, I've been teaching for the past 5 years and I have a ton of students who have gotten funded, who are getting payouts, who are making money, who are just absolutely killing it in the markets. Now, today is day one of boot camp, blueprint boot camp. We're going to talk about why 90% of traders never make money. Okay, in this presentation, this is the ultimate guide to 10xing your profitability. And over the course of the next few days, we're going to go into detail with my strategy, with my edge. We're going to talk about proper risk management best practices as well too. Dive a little bit deep into psychology as well, because that's super important. And I'm going to show you guys how you could be on the same path, the same winning path as these guys in the Discord as well. Now, first, we need to dissect what the real problem is when it comes to the 90% of traders who just can't seem to figure it out. Trading outside of your model. This is probably what I see the most on this list. Okay, someone will try strategy, they'll pay someone to learn a strategy, or they'll learn a strategy on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. And after a few losses, they automatically switch to a new strategy. And they're just bouncing around from strategy to strategy, just trying to find that golden egg of a strategy where they just win 100% of the time. There is no such thing. If you're going to pick a strategy, if you're going to learn a strategy, because all strategies work. I truly believe that all strategies work. Some may work better than others, but all strategies work. Once you pick a strategy, just stick to it. Stick to it for 6 months, for a year. Change nothing. Follow it to a T. Be fine with the wins and losses that come with that strategy. And you will see how profitable that strategy truly is. Trading outside of your time window. You got people trading New York session, Asia session, London session, trading when they wake up on their phone, half asleep with one eye open, trading while they're taking a shit on the toilet. Listen, if you're inconsistent with how you come to the charts, what time you come to the charts, then how can you expect your results to be consistent? Do you pull up to work whenever the fuck you want? Like, no, you have to pull up to your 9 to 5 job at a set time, and you're there until a set time, 9 to 5. You have to stick to one time frame. Okay, when you first start, one session, New York session. Okay, cool. What time you want to start trading New York session? You want to start at 8 a.m. EST, or do you want to wait until the bell rings at 9:30? Do you want to trade for an hour? Do you want to trade for 2 hours? Pick a time, pick a block, stick to it. You don't have a defined A plus setup. If you don't even know what your A, B, C setups are, if you don't know how much you should be risking for your A setups versus your C setups, if you don't have this clearly defined by journaling and tracking your trades, then you're not taking this seriously. You gotta take this shit seriously. You want to make all this money, you think it's just gonna happen by accident. No, you gotta put in the work and you gotta take it seriously. The people who put in the most amount of effort into learning anything are the ones who are going to get the most out of it, and it's as simple as that. You need to be journaling, and you need to know what your best setups are, have it clearly defined, not based off what you think is great, but based off of data and statistics from back testing, from live trading that proves that it actually works. Very important. Random risk sizing. One trade you're risking 500, next trade you're risking 200, the other trade you're risking 4,000. You need to have a consistent risk management model. We're going to talk about that later as well. Moving stops emotionally. Some people like to move their stops to break even once they're up 1R. Some people like to trail their stop losses in profit. I'm not going to sit here and say one way is better than the other, right? Some people like to marry their stop losses and just never even touch it. There'll be a million ticks in profit and still just keep their stop loss exactly where it originally was. Whatever you decide to do, stick with it. It has to be part of your process. Don't start switching it up emotionally because you're in a buy position. Price hits a heavy area of resistance roughly around, let's say, 1.15R, right? You're going for 1 to 2R and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get that extra half of R. Let me just move my stop loss into profit right under this higher low area. You've never done that ever in your life, but you saw a fucking reel, you saw a TikTok where people were talking about doing that. You just throw it in there. Price comes down, wicks you out, shoots to full take profit. Now you're pissed. Find a way that works for you and stick with it. And of course, the one that we've all had to deal with in the past, over trading after a loss. I'm telling you right now, there's no worse feeling. Okay, and I'm sure you guys have already experienced this, right? There's no worse feeling than after you take a loss, you overtrade, maybe you double down, maybe you risk more than you should be risking, right? You're like, you know what, let me just risk a little bit more because I'm trying to make that money back quick. Take a loss again. Now you're hurt. Now you're aching inside. You're like, you know what? Let me just take one more. Okay, I'm gonna risk a little bit more. I just want to get to break even. I don't even want to make money today. Next thing you know, 10 trades have gone by, and yeah, you almost basically blown your account. And then the worst part is that you come back the next day and you see the perfect, cleanest A plus setup. That if you just waited 24 hours, waited till you're calm, cool, collected, after you journaled, after you reflected on that trade, came back the next day, the next session, ready to eat, you would have been fine. These are the things, these are the problems that we need to identify, but more importantly, think of actual steps to correct each of these problems. When we have people saying, oh, I just need some more screen time, I need a back test. Christian, I'm going to spend 8 hours back testing this weekend because I had a bad week. I'm going to back test, back test, back test, back test. I just need better entries. Man, I swear, if I just learned a sniper type of entry, bro, I'll be killing. I'll be getting payouts every single other day. No problem. Christian, I promise. I just need a better entry. Or I just need a higher win rate. Bro, yeah. If it was just as easy, oh, I just need to win more. No shit, bro. like no. These are stupid excuses, okay? It's not in the win rate, okay? It's not in getting better entries. And back testing is a part of it, but after a while, once you back test enough, once you live traded enough, like back testing just kind of becomes a little bit just unnecessary, if I'm being honest. Unless you're trying out a new entry signal, a new entry model, right? You're adding to your current strategy and maybe you haven't live traded enough. You need to go back in time. You need to back test to see actual statistical data behind that new model you're thinking of adding to your current model. Once you've been trading for 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, like, and you've been doing, and this is the thing, doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're not gonna have to worry about that as much, right? But it's still good to do. Are you taking notes? Are you taking notes? I'm dropping game today. Guys, this is only day one of the boot camp. Wait until we get into the strategy. Wait until we get into the sauce. You're going to see exactly how I trade, how I break things down, my exact methodology when it comes to when I'm approaching the market on a day-to-day basis. Everything you're going to see the sauce, guys, I'm dropping heat. So take notes. Take notes. Now the framework. Okay. Now the most important thing is that we keep it simple. Let's not try to overcomplicate this thing. At the end of the day, trading, it can be difficult, but only if you make it difficult. Just give yourself a clear list of rules. Nothing too crazy. 4, 5, 6 things you're looking for. And when you see them, just execute. Just execute. Just click the button. Okay? Win or lose, click the button, right? As long as you're following your rules, as long as you're following your plan, that's all that matters. The framework, we're gonna keep it simple, okay? We need to have a defined trading window, okay? I like to trade during New York. I like to trade post 9:30 a.m. NYSE bell ring. That's my shit. That's what I like to trade. Stick to it. Trade for about an hour and a half, 2 hours maximum. That's it. Every single day. Define setup criteria. Okay. You need to know exactly what you're looking for when price is in the uptrend, when price is in the downtrend, when we're consolidating, right? You need to have your setup criteria defined because it's not even so much understanding when you want to get into the market, it's understanding when you want to stay out of the market. When you don't see your setup criteria pop up on the chart, are you disciplined enough to just sit there on your hands and do nothing? Because although price may be pumping or may be dumping and you want to get in, you're seeing the Discord going off, other people are making money on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be. If it doesn't fit your setup criteria, you do not take the trade. You don't just start clicking buttons. Because as soon as you start clicking buttons outside of your setup criteria, outside of your edge, then you're gambling. Fixed risk per trade. For this, it just depends. If you're trading a funded account, if you're trading a personal account. With funded accounts, I want to say that per trade, at the very least, you want to give yourself anywhere from 8 to 10 tries, right? So if your drawdown on a 100K account is 3K, you should try to risk anywhere between $200, $300. Minimum R to R, you want to at least go for a 1-to-1. I know there's a huge thing out there about, oh, 1-to-1s, that's not good enough. Bro, 1-to-1's fine. Okay. I trade 1-to-1s for the longest time. Perfectly fine. Going for a 1-to-2, if you go for 1-to-3, great. But 1-to-2, occasional 1-to-1. That's like the sweet spot right there. 1-to-2 is perfect. As long as you have a minimum R to R, anything more than that is perfect. One trade mindset. Okay. Now, for the longest time, I would just hold myself to just one trade per day. Okay. One trade per day. And I'm not saying that if you trade 2, 3, 4 times in a day, that's necessarily bad. But usually the people who are able to do that and still be profitable is because they're really good at determining what setups are worth those 2, 3, 4 additional opportunities. Okay. When you first start off, you just need to learn to have the discipline to identify a solid setup, take it, live with the result, close out the laptop, come back the next day. The better that you can get at doing that, that is going to save you so much money. Because it's not the trades that we take that make us money, ladies and gentlemen. It is the trades that we don't take. That is what keeps money in our accounts. That is what gets us payouts. That is what gets us ACH withdrawals. That is what gets us paid. So start off with one trade per day. Hold yourself to that. Win or loss, live with the result, and I guarantee you'll be surprised how much better you are. Now we have a Discord of tons of traders who are getting funded. You'll see people saying that they got certificates. You're seeing funded emails who are absolutely killing the game, who are absolutely just annihilating the markets right now. Now, being a part of a community of like-minded traders who are getting funded, who are making money in the markets, who are collecting certificates, collecting funded emails. This is very, very important and vital to your success, right? Because great minds think alike. You surround yourself by people who are focused, who are locked in, who are following their rules, who have a very clean setup criteria, a very clean entry model. They understand their trade setup like the back of their hand. They're constantly journaling. They're constantly trying to get better. If you're surrounded by success, if you're surrounded by winners, then what's going to happen? You're going to be a winner and you're going to be successful. Every day you're seeing people posting their wins in the chat. I'll post my wins in there as well too. So it's just a community full of winners, people who are making money, who just want to be better and just really attack and get good at this niche together. So if you're interested in the free Discord, the Discord is free. Click the link below. I drop daily breakdowns of my buys, what I think is going to happen in the gold market. I drop post-trade reviews. I drop live trading recaps. There's so much thoughts. There's so much information, guys, in the free Discord. Click that link below and you'll get access to all of that. Let's wrap this up. Day one in the boot camp, and let's talk about some truths here. When it comes to the market, there are no magical indicators or magical sniper entries that's just gonna get you rich, buy and sell, tell you what to do. Like, there's just no such thing, guys. Anything that's worth having in life, you have to go through the trials and tribulations, the wins and losses, the emotional roller coaster that comes with this crazy game to get good at it. There are people on Wall Street who want your money. There are people around the world who trade these markets, who are studying every single hour of the day, who want your money. Right? Because when you click the button in the market, money doesn't just pop out of nowhere, right? If you're making money, someone's losing money. And if you're losing money, someone took it from you. So you need to understand that. Understand that this is a game that a lot of people want to be good at, that a lot of people want to be successful at. And why do you, of all people, deserve to be one of that 10%, one of the 5% of people who actually end up being good at this game, who actually end up being consistent? There is no 100% win rate strategies, guys. Every strategy is going to have a losing period. That's just part of the game. So if you're learning a strategy and you're winning some money, you're getting good, and you hit a losing streak, a few days, a week, right? Maybe even 2 weeks. That is just part of the probabilities. That is baked into the strategy. Size down, take a deep breath, maybe be a little bit more selective. Try to identify why you're losing. Maybe it's choppy market conditions, something like that. Maybe you have some sort of outside psychological pressure that's causing you to not think clearly and take out your emotions on the chart, whatever it might be. Identify that, but do not go strategy hopping, switching things up. That does nothing for you. You're just going to change to another strategy, win, and then start losing again when that strategy hits his losing streak. Be smart. There's no 100% win strategy, guys. There's not. Day one has been absolutely amazing, and I hope that this video was super helpful. Again, this is going to be a series over the next couple days where I'm going to be breaking everything down in detail as far as how I trade, my strategy, my risk management model as well. A lot of psychology is going to be mixed in there. So just make sure every single day you're showing up with notes, taking notes. You better be taking notes, ready to learn, ready to get better, guys, because we are in the game of losing. We're in the game of losing, and we must be professionals at it. Okay, it's not the money that we make that's ultimately going to help us reach our goals. It's how we react when we lose. It's how you react when you lose that's ultimately going to determine how good you are in this game, how long you're going to last in this game. If you can get really good at losing, if you get really good at losing, keeping your emotions in check, because at the end of the day, it's just you, your laptop, and your emotions. And if you keep that in check, if you keep that under wraps, you could make some motherfucking money. To join the free Discord, the link is in the description. And if you're already in the free Discord, I hope you're enjoying it. There's going to be plenty more content, plenty more information that's going to help you in your trading journey, dropping very soon. Just stay tuned, guys. Just stay tuned and come join us on this ride.